A Tulsa family's life forever changed in a single instant. Right now, a military veteran recovers at the hospital after pulling 2 pellet guns on police officers that look like semi-automatic handguns. Officers began searching for 46-year-old Nathan Boyd after he called the Veterans Crisis Line, threatening suicide by cop. We brought you this story as it broke last night at 10. And now, in a 2 News exclusive, Liz Bryant reveals what his wife says made him do it.
Well, Karen, right now this wife is signing all the papers she can to make sure her husband goes to a mental ward after he gets out of the hospital. Exactly 24 hours ago, she was just driving by this Quick Trip on her way to work when she spotted her truck surrounded by police cars just a block away from their East Tulsa home. They're all beaming in this family photo, but those smiles quickly faded.
Ever since we moved here from Chicago, something just snapped and he just kind of fell apart.
Peggy Boyd pulled the plug on her 10-year marriage. Last night, she alerted her husband, 46-year-old Nathan Boyd, "I am going through with a divorce."
At that time, I thought it was my fault because I initiated the divorce. And I could have prevented it if I would have just taken him back.
His lineup of prescriptions sit on the computer desk. Antidepressants, sleep aids, anxiety and bipolar medications. Peggy says Nate suffers from PTSD and extreme mental health issues. On top of that, she claims he's an alcoholic.
In the last 2 years is when he started taking all these meds, since he started going to therapy.
Now the person blurred out in this family photo is the one who suffers the most, their 10-year-old daughter.
All I wanted him to do was get help. Get help and stand on his own 2 feet for once. Because he's not a bad person. He's a good person. He just needs some help.
And Peggy said Nate knew exactly what he was doing when he showed up at this Quick Trip, pulling out 2 pellet guns that looked like 9mm handguns at police. She also says that he wasn't able to pull the trigger on himself, inflicting any harm on himself. Live, Liz Bryant, 2 News works for you.
Thank you, Liz. Now, Tulsa police tell us they have no set protocol when responding to a suicidal subject who wants to die at their hands.
But if an individual's intent is to draw us into a situation to make us act a certain way, there's really no way you can determine it. We're all different human beings. Our actions and reactions are going to be totally different.
Officer Ashley says the department does provide mental health training for officers, which includes learning about people who threaten to end their life. As we told you at the top of our newscast, Boyd is a veteran, and 2 News did some checking and found nearly 24 veterans kill themselves every day in this country. That's according to the Mental Health Association of Tulsa. We called the VA in Muskogee about Boyd's case, and while he did call a special hotline, the call didn't go to them, but rather a VA call center in New York.
The idea is they never get put on hold, they never get a busy signal. Somebody takes the call, talks to them. If it's something, like you said, emergent, or they make sure that, the wellness check is done.
Signs of a suicidal person include loss of interest, depression, sleep disturbance. To find out ways you can make a difference before suicide even becomes an option, visit our website, kjrh.com.